So, what happens is, this boy named Stanley, he is, he's just walking around, and, these sneakers, fall out of the sky.
Yellow.
And so, he picks them up, and he takes them to his dad, but actually they're they're supposed to be going to a charity for oxygen, but they get stolen. He steals them, but he doesn't even know. So he gets in trouble, and he has to go to the judge. And they don't believe him that they just fell out of the sky, because he was just there when it happened. So he just didn't know. So he doesn't know, and they're blaming it on him, which he didn't even do anything. So he has to go to a judge, and they don't believe him. And so he either has to go to Camp Green Lake or go to jail. So he decides the Camp Green Lake instead of the jail. So he rides a bus.
It was one of our students, Ted Hammond, the only sixth grader in town. He's the one who found the family staying in the empty farmhouse.
So he took a bus over there, and the bus driver and the police officer was sitting there, like this. And so he gets there. He goes here, and he goes around here, and then he just gets there, and there's cabins. There's A, B, C, D, and E. So he
QTR1 anchor. That's right. The guest of honors, the soldier's wife, daughter, and son decided the last minute that they needed to move on and stay with relatives in Colorado. Even so, it was a grand gesture, right from the heartland, and right from the heart of the good people of Plattsburgh, Nebraska.
Got it.
Alright, let's go off of that. We said he was mad. What else did we say the work was like? What other feelings?
There's A, B, C, D, and E. E is the counselors, and he picks, well, he's assigned, actually, this is the counselors, the F, and so he picks D. He's assigned to D. So this is where he's going to sleep. And so he meets all these new people and new friends and new everything. And so the names of the boys, there is
Major Leonard Parsons, casualty
Things
assistance
and stuff.
officer. Okay, we have one more large.
And
I'm Boston 10 for
his he's assigned to that cabin, and Mr. Pendinsky is their leader. And so
So whose name did he put down first right away?
he's gonna meet the kids, and so they start talking about Bartbag, and he's in the hospital, but Stanley doesn't know how, and so Mr. Pendinsky tells the boys to come over to Stanley to introduce themselves.
Start over. A.
He meets Squid, X-Ray, and then Mr. Pendinsky told them to go get the rest of them.
We have
So
two people. You have
they come back with
nouns are people, things, and
Where we are.
which is a what? You don't want
But-
to place. You want
so they went to the thing to get them, and they returned with 4 other boys,
And 3 families have already begun to make plans to move out there during the summer. While there are not
and they were Magnet, Armpit, and Zigzag, and so and the other one was named Zero, but those were just his nicknames. And anyway, Stanley took a shower and he slept there overnight. The next morning he went out and he got digging. And he digged and he digged and he said, "This is really hard work." Armpit told one of the campers said to him that the second one is a lot harder. So the second one was a lot harder. Hard enough that he found a golden tube. The found a fossil. The fossil, he gave to the warden, and the warden didn't like it. So then,
You wanted to be something. What did you want to be? Is that a person?
he just had to do all this stuff, and
Is that all the ones you
so he said no. And so then he went to sleep, and the next morning he woke up, and he just found nothing. He kept digging, and he didn't find anything. Then the next day, he went to sleep, and he woke up, and he found a golden tube. And X-Ray wanted the gold tube, so he gave it to him. Next morning, he pushed it in his shovel, and when the warning came to see what they were, when he came, he started digging, and he said, "Something's in here. I think it's a golden tube." And then everybody comes rushing, but actually Stanley found it first. And he gets credit for it, and he gets an extra minute of shower. Plus he gets
You stood up and did one verb. What was it?
the rest of the day off. And the boys have to keep digging and digging until they find something else that's just like it.
Raining.
And so Stanley sent a letter to his mom, and then the next 2 days, there was a letter for him, and
But this is to be what makes the, there you go. What else? You
And,
stood up and said, sane, or you didn't say sane, you said what?
and so it says, "Dear Stanley, it was wonderful to hear from you.
What about cutting?
Your letter made me feel like one of those other moms who can afford to send their kids to summer camp. I know it's not the same, but I'm very proud of you for trying to make the best of a bad solution. Who knows? Maybe something good will come to this. Your father thinks he is real close to breakthrough on his sneaker project. I hope so. The landlord is threatening us to evict us because of the odor. I feel sorry for the little old lady who lives in the shoe. It must have smelled awful. Love from both of us. And so then, after Stanley reads the letter, Zero comes in and he tells him all about the letter and about the Mercy Rhyme, and he's never heard of the Mercy Rhyme before. So anyway, that's where we are in the book. Expanse. The definition is expanse, a land of water or land that stretches for miles. The sentence is the Green Lake expanse.
And you
Can I do a bunch of them? Canteen.
Poor produce and vegetation.
The definition is a small bottle used by campers or soldiers. The sentence is I drank out of my canteen in my camp today. We predicted in the very beginning about what's going to happen in the book, and we also predicted about what they're going to write in the letters to Stanley wrote a letter to his mom, and how his mom wrote back, and we predicted on those. And it helped me connected with the book because, you know, you use it to help you find out what's going on what's going on there and what's happening and what's gonna happen, and just to find out more about what's gonna happen.
He needs glasses to see, but his glasses are always fogged up. So
We wrote one letter, and it helped me just connect to the story because it just put me what Stanley's going through and what's happening and how it's happening.
push you to read more frequently and bigger words.
And it just makes me help what's understanding. And
slide 7. Do you think that we want to take a picture of the book? And then you can voice record and draw on the book?
Or is there any questions about things you can use in fifth grade or things you'll have to do in fifth grade?
Or make it flat.
So,
If we tilt it like this. Right above it, like this.
my writing has got better during tournamenting because it just helps me spell and I can spell better now, and I can spell better words and just have fun with it. So I'm talking about Stanley and X-Ray, and the first one I'm going to talk about is Stanley. I learned that his last name is spelled backwards, Yolnats, and instead of it Stanley, and then you turn it over and it's Yolnats. And so I learned about that, and I learned about he's kind of tall, he's bigger, and he's funny, and he's pretty smart, and but he has really bad luck. And
Okay. Who is your
he has a lot of friends, and with being a camper,
Do you feel like you got through all of these? Or do you
and
still have one that you want to try to wrap the book?
he likes to be cool and be very awesome. But he doesn't. His weakness is digging holes because he doesn't like to dig holes at all, or fitting in with other people.
Would you rather talk about it or would you rather tape it?
Anyway, that's Stanley.
Write it.
And then X-Ray, I learned that he has glasses, but he's pretty short for the group. And he's the leader, and he's kind of mean, but he's been there longer than everybody else. He has his friends, the campers, and his strengths are he's a good friend to other campers instead of Stanley. He's not that good of a friend to Stanley, and his glasses are so dirty he can't see hardly anything. So that is like one of his weaknesses, because then he can't see that well. And then Stanley thinks he's mean for right now because he's mean to him, and it might change how many months he's there.
People voice record that. Just real quick.
I enjoyed working with this book. I did enjoy working with this book for tutoring, and I loved it, and it was so fun to read it because it's interesting, but it's really with everything that I like, and I'm gonna finish this book at home. I'm totally am, because it's such a good book and it's so interesting. And I will totally read the movie too. And I love this book because I got bigger words and I know better words, and I just read more fluently, and Maddie really helped me with that and how I do it.